What's happening, YouTube, man? It's your boy Dre back with another banger, man. So I'm gonna be doing a little small job today. Ain't be nothing serious, honestly. I'm gonna be doing is replacing the sensors. Well, just one sensor and my thermostat on the Corvette today. Let me show you all the tools I got. So what we got today? I'm gonna need this. It's gonna be a 24 millimeter. I believe it's 24. Yes, 24 millimeter socket. I'm going to need this to actually take that knock sensor off. That's what I'm going to be replacing. These are the parts that I got. I don't know if it has a part number on it or not. If it can focus. For some reason it don't want to focus. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, I don't know if that's the exact part number for this one or not. Because there's a couple of them out here. But this is the knock sensor. Let me show you how it looks. This is the knock sensor that I'm going to be replacing. It's actually under the car. And this one looks much better than the one that's on there. Because the one that's under the car, I can't really show you now because I got to actually lift the car up. But the one under the car is actually rusted and like it's kind of broken, I guess. And I got another connector as well. This connector that I thought was for this switch that I had. So I actually was figuring out some more things as well with the Corvette. So now that I know a little bit more about the Corvette, now that I was doing my research, this sensor that I broke off right there is actually the coolant fan switch. So that's why my fan always cuts on as soon as I turn the car on. That's the coolant fan switch. So that's really not going to be nothing major, I guess, that I got to worry about fixing really ASAP. But I am going to replace it regardless. So, but that is the engine coolant fan switch. So that is going to be, should be straight for now. I already replaced the other one for the engine coolant temperature. And so, but the thing is with that, they both have the same connector. This connector is for the knock sensor, or it can be for the engine coolant fan temperature switch. So basically you can put it on either one. I might have to just order another one of these because the one under the car where the knock sensor is broken. The other half of this is broken off. Once I get the car in the air, I'll be able to show you guys how it looks. But this is a thermostat, a little gasket, and this is the thermostat. Let me see if I got the part number on it. There's the focus. There we go. And I believe that's the part number. The thermostat is pretty small. Let me bring the thermostat out. This is the thermostat. And your thermostat is going to go on the other side. All this is really going to be relatively easy. It should only take me like an hour or two to get all this done by today. The thermostat is right here. All I got to do is just remove those two bolts, take this off. I probably got to remove this thing right here. I don't think I gotta take the throttle body off. I should be good without taking that off. Drain the coolant. I have to drain the coolant as well. Once I drain the coolant, I should be able to get started on taking things apart and replacing it with some new parts. Because coolant is going to come out of the knock sensor at the bottom as well. So please be aware of that. Make sure you have a pan or a bucket whenever you take that knock sensor out, because coolant is going to come out of there. That's why I bought these. I just bought 3 little dollar pans from the dollar store. And just to have them, so I don't gotta worry about buying no oil pan, coolant pan. So and they're pretty deep too, so I'm pretty sure this should be able to fit under the car and hold a lot of coolant. So I got 3 of them just in case. So I'm going to empty the coolant out, drain all the coolant out, make sure I get the car on some jacks. First I gotta jack it up. Then once I jack it up, I'm gonna put the jacks up on there, get under the car, drain the coolant, let the coolant drain out first. Once I let all that drain out, I guess I'm going to just start on the thermostat since it's already on top and it's going to be pretty easy to do the thermostat. Then we're going to get it up under the car, show you how the knock sensor look, and we're going to replace that as well next. So let's get into it. Alright, so I got the car jacked up. It's kind of hard for me to show you guys, but that right there is the drain plug for the radiator. It's kind of hard for me to get up under there with this flashlight and the camera at the same time because the camera is not going to fit in this area that it's in. But that's your drain plug right there. So once you twist that, coolant is really going to start flowing out. So I hope you got your pan ready. So I'm going to set my pan up, get everything set up for it, and then start draining the coolant. Alright, so now that I got most of this coolant drained out and the pan down there, now I can go ahead and start taking this off. And I poured it on this bucket. This pan was full too, but I poured all the coolant in that bucket. I'm going to take it to AutoZone, let them drain it or whatever. But now I'm going to go to this side and remove this, take this air filter off. I think that's all I need to do. Remove these 2 screws. I believe they're 8 millimeter, I believe. And yeah, take that pipe off and I should be able to get it to the thermostat real easy. So I'm gonna sit the camera down right quick and I'll get to it. Alright, so I finally got this off. Let me show you how it look. I know it's probably old. The gasket is stuck on here. Yeah, that's crazy. The gasket literally glued on there, so I'm gonna have to pry that off. But this is the thermostat. Let me see if I can pull it up out of here. I probably can't. Let me get a screwdriver real quick. The thermostat actually don't look too bad from looking at it from right here, honestly. Let me see. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that is bad. Good thing I'm replacing it, so yeah. Alright, let me sit that right there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just try to peel the rest of this gasket off. And I'm actually running the AutoZone so I can get some gasket sealer too. So before I put this other gasket on, I'm gonna put some gasket sealer around it. So I'm gonna show you how it look, whatever. But I'm gonna stop by AutoZone, and actually the size for this bolt too, for the knock sensor, isn't a 24. This is actually a little too big. It's gonna actually be a size 22, not a 24. So I'm gonna go get a 22 from the store as well while I'm there. And then yeah, I'm gonna take this gasket off before I leave, and then I'll catch y'all as soon as I get back from the store. Alright, so now I got the gasket sealer right here. So what I'm gonna do is take this out the pack. Take this back off. I already got the new thermostat already on. I just had that only when I went to the store. So I got the new thermostat in there. I'm gonna take this out the pack, put this on top, put this gasket sealer on there, put this back on there, seal that back up. That's gonna be literally done. That's all I gotta do. This is the old gasket, as you can see. I literally had to scrape all that off. So I got that cleaned up now. But yeah, this is stuck on there. I'm glad I'm replacing it anyways. And then like it was two different thermostats anyway, so that's probably why it was running a little bit hot. So I'm pretty sure most definitely this is gonna make it run a lot better. And when I replace that knock sensor as well and that connector. So what I'm about to do is put this gasket in right quick, put this sealer around it, tighten that back up, and move on to the next thing, which is gonna be that knock sensor. Alright, so I'm finally done. I got everything over here hooked up perfectly, looking pretty good. So now I'm about to go ahead and move on to this side. I'm about to get on the car so I can show y'all what I'm talking about with this knock sensor. If I can get my flashlight, I wonder if you can see it from up top. Probably can't, but it's literally right behind that spark plug. I don't know if I can get it right there. The flashlight is directly on it. That's exactly where it is. If I can focus this camera. I can't even zoom it in right now because my hand holding the other camera, but you see what I'm talking about. It's right there. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go in there, go up under the car, take that off, and replace it. And I'm most likely gonna replace that sensor too. As you can see, it look like it's broken up top, and I got the sensor right here for that. So we should be pretty decent. And I got the other knock sensor, and I also got the 22mm because as you can see, this fits actually perfect directly on there. So this is the size I needed. So I got a 22 and I got a shorter one because I don't think I'm gonna have enough space for this anyway. So this should fit perfectly. We're gonna see how it works, but I'm about to get under this car and try to loosen this bolt. All right, so that's how the sensor look from up under the car. I really don't got too much space to record up under here, so I'm actually gonna do this and I'm gonna actually come back to y'all when I actually get this off. And make sure you have a pan up under this because coolant is gonna also come from out of this right here as well. Even though I drained the coolant is still gonna be in the block, the engine block itself. So I'm gonna pull this out, remove that connector and see if I can actually get my wire cutters and cut it and try to replace it with the other new one I got. So I'm gonna actually pull this wire off and remove this and catch y'all when I get everything removed. Alright, I finally got it out. As you can see, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of coolant coming out of there as well, so make sure you have a pan ready. Kinda got on my face a little bit, but it's alright. This how the old knock sensor look, man. It definitely needed to be replaced. As you can let me focus it. There we go. Yeah, that definitely needed to be replaced compared to this one. Yeah, much better. So I'm pretty sure this definitely gonna make it run 10 times better. Fix a little bit of those misfire problems because it is misfiring a little bit, not really too much. Can't really hear it with the headers on, but it is just a teeny bit. But I'm gonna go and get that straight. And that's why I can also get it to rev to fully how it's supposed to because it's not revving all the way as well. So This should be able to fix both of those issues, honestly, with it running hot and then with the mist running and not revving all the way. So it'll at least make it run better, not fix it if it don't fix it. But I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish letting this drain out. If anything, I'm gonna catch y'all when I get finished doing this. I'm gonna go and cut that wire whenever all that stuff finishes draining and replace it with this one. I already got my wire cutters out, replace it, and just put this new one in, and yeah, get right to it. So I'm gonna catch y'all whenever I get done doing this. All right, I literally got everything ready to go. This is the new connector. This is where I spliced it, and you can see where I actually started it at and did all that. So that's where I did that at, and then I got the new knock sensor in as well. All I gotta do now is just plug it in to play. Honestly, just plug it in, get up, and I'm literally done. All I gotta do now is put that cap back on that at the bottom of the radiator, start filling the radiator back up, top it off, and then I'm not gonna top it off. I'm gonna top it off with the car running. You gotta top the radiator off with the car running. So I'm gonna plug this back up, plug that radiator cap back in at the bottom of the radiator, tighten it up really good, and then start filling it back up with coolant. Alright, so I stopped because when I was actually filling it up, it started back leaking again. But the funny part is, if I got the flashlight, yes, on that side, it's not leaking from the drain plug, it's actually leaking from another hole that's under the car that I never even took a plug out of or a drain out of. So it's actually leaking from right there. It's a hole literally right under there, under this little black bracket. If you can see it, you barely can, but it's a hole. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be a plug there, but I don't remember taking a plug off from right there. But I'm gonna go do some more research, look it up, see if I can find something to plug it up with, if it's supposed to be plugged, and then I'm gonna, because the drain plug is actually on there pretty good. I can't even tighten it up anymore, so that's on there pretty good. So I'm gonna see if I can find a different drain plug or something I can plug this up with and see what's wrong with it. What's on YouTube, man? I'm back, and it's the next day working on the vet. So what I did was, since it was getting late, I went to the store today, and I actually got these little plugs right here to go in that area so I can plug it. And also when I plug it, I bought some sealer as well. Gasket sealer is good for water pumps and anything else, or thermostats or stuff like that. So, or radiators or whatever you want to put it on. And then I also bought some of these. It's kind of like little C-clips I needed to go on the throttle body cable, because that is missing the cable, the clamp as well. That's why I got tape holding it together, so now I got those clamps because I always forget them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these bolts out. I'm going to put the sealant around the edge of them, the top of it. The parts can be screwed in. I'm putting all it around the top of it. That way when I push it in there, it's going to actually seal in there, and it won't be able to come out, and no liquid will be able to leak out or none of that. So that'll be sealed in there. So I'm about to go ahead and take these out the pack, pop one in there, put the sealer around it, the gasket sealer. Go up under the car, push that in there. We'll give it some time to seal it, I guess, or whatever, about 5-10 minutes, let it seal, dry up, wipe all of the excess, seal it off, then I should be able to fill it up without it leaking. So we're gonna try that and see how this works. All right, so we back the next day with the vet. So unfortunately, I think the radiator is leaking, honestly, because I got to replace it because of the hole right here that I got. So what I did was I used some water Bondo and I actually put some on there. Let me show you where I put it at. On this side right there. But it's still leaking, as you can see. So I'm going to have to take all this back off. But for now, what I want to do is, since it ain't leaking as much or as bad, I'm going to top it off, fill it up, get the car to run for a little bit. Just want to see how it runs, to see if that fixed the knock sensor, to see if it idles better, much better, runs better. And I'm going to give it a couple of revs to see how it sounds, and just do a couple looks around and just see how the car idles and everything. It's to see if that made a difference from changing the thermostat and the knock sensor. So I'm going to fill this up, and I'm going to most likely end up draining it back out after I get finished filling it up. That way I won't waste any coolant from it just leaking out. And wait on the radiator to come in, because now that's gonna be the next thing I'll have to do is replace the radiator. So I'm I'm gonna go ahead and catch y'all when I get this thing filled up, and I'm gonna start it up for you. Alright, so in the process of trying to, I guess, fill it back up or whatever, I found another crack in the radiator, which is honestly why I might just replace it, which is I kind of hate that I gotta put everything on pause. It was starting leaking everywhere, as you can see. So it's another crack, honestly, down there, over here in the middle of the radiator where it's leaking from now, because the original spot was right there, which is still leaking, and now I got another spot in the middle of the radiator. I don't know how it started leaking now or whatever, because it wasn't leaking when I was driving the car working on it. But I guess when I went to go flush the coolant and then refill it, I guess when releasing all that pressure or whatever was built up inside here, it honestly caused those cracks to open up and honestly identify themselves. So now when I start to fill it back up, and now when I'm filling it back up with all that coolant weighing down on it, it's actually starting to leak again. So I'm gonna have to put everything on pause, which I hate to do, and wait until I get the radiator back in, because honestly that's what I know what I need now for sure. I'm going to go ahead and just try to disassemble this whenever that comes in, I guess. I'm going to try to make sure the radiator come in a decent time. I don't want to wait too long on it. And since I'm replacing the radiator, I might as well go do the water pump, so I don't got to worry about any more issues that I run into temperature-wise, I guess. I kind of hate that I got this problem, because everything was pretty easy. I got everything boarded up pretty smooth. The thermostat, the knock sensor, all I had to do was put coolant in it, and at the end it just happened to be a fail. But all in all, it's all cool. So I'm just going to order a radiator. That's all I know I need to get fixed. It's a good thing I actually noticed that now, and that could also be a big reason why the car was also running hot. So I'm going to go and look for me a good radiator. I'm gonna get an aluminum radiator. Honestly, probably maybe a 3-row aluminum radiator. Put it in here. Replace all this old one I got in there anyways, because I'm pretty sure that need to be replaced for sure. If I can get a dual fan, I'm gonna try to get a dual fan. If not, I'm gonna probably just leave this one big fan on there. It don't matter really, honestly, but I just need a radiator. Get that, put it in there, and just see how it goes. So that's gonna be it for today's video, man. Sorry I couldn't show you the car crate up again. I'm gonna have to leave it sitting here honestly until I get everything fixed. Change this radiator out because it's all cracked up and broken. I'm pretty sure it's gonna look really horrible when I take it out. But other than that, man, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next video when I'm out.